in this second video of ours that is dealing with the translation, the second step of translation, that is elongation of the amino acid chain in prokaryotes. During the initiation phase, the 70S complex initiation complex was formed, and in the 70S initiation complex, we had the messenger RNA with the various triplet codes positioned in such a manner that the initiation codon AUG, it was occupying the P site of the ribosome, and the A site, it was free, on which the second charged transfer RNA, it has to come and initiate the process of elongation of this peptide chain. So in this video, we will be seeing how the elongation of the polypeptide chain takes place in prokaryotes. This is your initiation complex, in which this A site is available for the respective transfer RNA, that is the transfer RNA having the complementary anticodon, complementary to the codon that is occupying this A site of the initiation complex. So this is associate this is assisted by an elongation factor, by a protein known as the EFTU, that is elongation factor TU. It helps the entry of this charged transfer RNA along with its respective amino acid to come and occupy the empty A site in the initiation complex. So with the help of this elongation factor TU, this transfer RNA, it binds, it forms hydrogen bonds with the codon present on the A site. Now with the formation of this codon, this hydrogen bond between the codons and the anticodons of the messenger RNA and the transfer RNA respectively, this process is energized by this elongation factor TU. So once this takes place, this GTP, because EFTU is a GTPase protein, so this GTP, it gets hydrolyzed and forms the GDP. Now this elongation factor TU energized form, that is with the GTP, is required to bring along other transfer RNAs also during the entire process of elongation. So it is to be recharged, and recharging of this elongation factor TU is done by another elongation factor, that is the elongation factor TS. So with the help of this elongation factor TS, it again is a GTPase protein. This GTP molecule, it will be added upon to this elongation factor TU, and the GDP, it will be released. Now we have got this complex with the P site occupying occupied by one of the charged amino acid, and the next, that is the amino acid side, it also has got the charged amino acid, and both these amino acids, they are near the peptidal transferase center of the 50S subunit of this ribosome, of this prokaryotic ribosome. Another factor, that is another protein which is helps in this elongation, that is elongation factor P. It is also required for the efficient peptide bond formation between the two amino acids present on the P site and the A site. This peptidal transferase center, initially it was thought to be an enzyme uh, that is proteinaceous in nature, because this ribosome, it has got RNA molecule as well as various proteins. But now it is a well established fact that this peptidal transferase, it is basically an RNA molecule, and we know that the RNA molecule which acts as a biocatalyst is known as a ribozyme. So in the next step of elongation, the amino acid present on the transfer RNA present at this P site, it will detach from its transfer RNA and it will come in contact with the amino acid present with the transfer RNA that is occupying the A site. And once both these amino acids, they come in contact with each other, this RNA molecule or this ribozyme peptidal transferase, it will form a peptide bond between the carboxyl group of the first amino acid and the amino group of the second amino acid. And hence we say that the direction of protein synthesis or the direction of translation, it is from N to C, because in any amino acid, one is the amino group, the N end, and the other is the carboxyl end or the C end. So this peptide bond formation, it takes place. Now what is required is that this transfer RNA, which does not have any amino acid, which has given its amino acid to the adjoining transfer RNA amino acid, it has to be removed. And next codon, it has to have its respective anticodon or the respective transfer RNA. So this is made possible by the translocation of this ribosome along this messenger RNA in the 5' to 3' direction, and that too a single codon at a time. This translocation is brought about by another elongation factor, that is the elongation factor G. For the translocation also energy is required, and here also the energy currency, it is the GTP molecule, and this elongation factor G, again it is the GTPase protein. So with the help of this elongation factor G, the ribosome, it translocates one codon at a time, and what will happen is that this free or the empty transfer RNA without the amino acid, now it will come to occupy the E site, and the next transfer RNA which has got the amino acid bounded to each other by peptide bonds, they will come to occupy the P site. And this site, that is the A site, it will remain blocked by this elongation factor until and unless this ribosome, it translocates itself so that the codon, they occupy these three sites. From this E site, this free transfer RNA, it will be released once this ribosome, it moves one more codon unit ahead. Meanwhile, this elongation factor G, it is released, its GDP, it is replaced by the GTP, and this elongation factor G is now again available for further translocation during this elongation cycle. Now, once this elongation factor G is released, this empty site A is available for another charged transfer RNA that will come and occupy this point. and again the same thing will happen. That is, this amino acid chain present on the P site, it will detach from its transfer RNA. It will attach to the amino acid present on the transfer RNA that will now occupy the A site, the fresh transfer RNA, and the peptide bond will form. So there is elongation of the amino acid chain at this A site. Again, with the help of elongation factor G, that is having the GTP, there is translocation of this ribosome, and when this ribosome it moves ahead, this free transfer RNA that was initially present on the E site, it will be released. The one present on the P site, it will come to occupy the E site, and the A site is again free for the fresh transfer RNA. So in this manner, this process goes on with the help of these elongation factors, and there is translocation of the ribosome from the 5' to the 3' region until and unless it reaches the stop codon. And it is the stop codon where this translation process it ends or it terminates. So this will lead to the termination of the translation process or the protein synthesis, about which we will be talking about in our next video.